Hello everyone, and welcome to my underwhelming update video of Dungeon Dice Monsters. Underwhelming, kind of like the Nintendo Switch presentation. Anyway, I don't want to make this video too long, but before I get started with the whole content-based stuff, I want to give a big thanks to Guardian8, who was my first Patreon donator, or whatever they're called, Patreon backer? Not too sure. Anyway, he donated a large amount, and it helped me realize even if you were to donate a small amount, it would actually help a lot. Mainly because I do have a life outside programming, which you guys probably have guessed since I haven't made a video in quite some time. And even like, say, $5, for instance, it actually does help a lot, especially with my financial background, I suppose. It keeps me away from having to worry about paying for bills by having to work on things unrelated to this game and spend more time working on this game, if that makes any sense. Anyway, it's not mandatory. Don't feel like you have to, or like I'm begging for it or whatnot. But again, I finally do have a Patreon backer, and it actually caused me to go on to the Patreon site and actually add in some stretch goals and all that stuff. So yeah, kind of discovering it. So there's actually like things that you can actually, I guess, kind of win by donating. So be sure to check it out. It's easy to find. You could find it either by just typing in, I guess, the Dungeon Dice Monsters through the YouTube video, or you can just type in, I think, Patreon/Majin something like that. Anyway, so let's get started with all the awesome content stuff. The first thing is the whole game is now a single executable file. Now, I can't prove this right now because I have my desktop hidden, but when I distribute the game, you'll see for yourself. Also, it's still in its alpha form, and there's a way you can get a hold of the alpha form, but I won't go over that in this video, maybe in another video. Alright, so as you notice, we're stuck with a black box right now. There is over, and I know just because I just compressed everything into this executable file, over 82, I think, megabytes worth of content and resources, which is the most I've ever had. So I'll come up with some type of interesting way to make this game load quicker. But once the game's loaded, there is no lag. So this actually runs really smooth. Even with my screen capture, it doesn't seem to going too slow or too poorly. I mean, there's a little bit of like some skipping in the background, but I think it's just because I have the capture card on. Alright, so the first thing, once I enter that, we'll see a new screen. This is brought to us by Creepy Realms. So thank you so much, Creepy Realms, for this, and I need to get back in contact with you. It's been a while. So the first thing that this thing can do is basically hit this little knob right here, and you pop out some monsters. These are our monster drops. Right now it only drops 15, but I plan to increase that because you can only really bring 15 into your pull for each game, at least for each like basic game. And that means that if you were to only get 15 at the beginning of the game, that means you're stuck only using these 15. So I might make it 20 or even probably a little bit more. Also, unfortunately, right now, there soon will be, but there's no algorithm that decides what kind of monsters you'll get. So not too great because you might get stuck with nothing but level 4, which is not very fun. But I'll definitely work on that. It's not going to be released where it's always random. There's definitely going to be some type of pattern to it. So anyway, let's get going. So another problem that you might run into is, and something I fixed, you can't actually start the game with undeveloped dice. So if I try to start a game, it'll just give me this small message that's probably really hard to read right now. But it basically just says I have to finish constructing the dice before I can move on. Well, I fixed that issue, because this takes forever to do if you're not really in the mood to edit a lot. Maybe if you start getting used to the game and playing it, then you might actually take the time of editing each die. But if you first get the game and you just want to play, I highly doubt anyone's going to want to actually spend probably a good half hour per player, see, it starts over, changing the dice. So there's no image for it right now, and maybe I'll have someone hopefully make me one, but there is a autofill button that will fill up the dice for you. Again, there's no algorithm backing it right now, but there soon will be. And it'll be very basic and probably not the most optimal way of playing the game, but it will definitely help you get started right away. And what the algorithm will basically do is it will split up the dice into different I guess groups. So the first group would be all level 1. So it's definitely going to create nothing but level 1 dice with different types, well, actually randomly selected faces. And then depending on what you like or don't like, you can quickly just change it right away instead of having to change every die. Then the next group of 2, next group of 3, and then probably only 3 of them will be level 4, which is the way I prefer to play anyway. Now I could do the same thing for this player as well. There we go. Random. So, oh, and the next thing I have to do is definitely have to put in my monsters. Now again, this is not the optimal way of starting the game, but let's just toss in some monsters. Let's just toss them all in. Probably add a couple more into there. There, just randomize. It really shouldn't be doing this, but I haven't really made it so that way it only pulls out what you have in your trunk. So these ones really mean nothing right now, but eventually it will. So let's just go here, just throw in a bunch of legs. There we go. It's really going to be a terrible game. And there you have it. Oh, guess I never changed that picture. Anyway, so now I'm going to do a quick cut and bring over my file instead of this custom beginning made file. And we're back. So here's the complete file. I'm not sure why they all have 3s. I don't really remember why I did that. I think because the max you can probably, or at least what I was playing, the max you can have inside your pool at a time is 3. But anyway, so here's the complete set right now. I'm not sure how much I've added since the last time I made an update video, but the answer to that is not a lot for sure. And I know a lot of the stats are probably missing. Yeah, there's one, and I think I want to do something special with him. Other than that, I think I actually, the last time I worked on the game before today, I went through most of the monsters and filled in a lot of their attack and defense and HP stats. I'm not sure why I'm not getting anything for these 2 guys, but don't worry, it'll all be fixed. Other than that, there's not a whole lot left that I have left to show, or at least I can't really remember everything that I've added that I haven't explained at this point. I mean, I can definitely go through a game. Oh, that thing's still there. Thought I got rid of it. Oh, well. Anyway, I can definitely go through a quick game, but I'm not sure how fun that would be for you guys. But at least I can talk about what needs to be done at this point. And maybe you guys can help, or, you know, continue watching. It's up to you. Anyway, so a couple things is definitely like I shown earlier. There is no background for the little gumball machine screen. It's black, and you can definitely tell I haven't spent a lot of time on it. So if there's anyone who has any awesome screens that they want to maybe, or backgrounds they want to lend me, that would be great. So that's one thing. Whoop. Also, sounds is another thing. I do have a good amount of sounds, but if you have any you would like to also share, that'd also be great. That's all I'm going to share for today. The rest is up to you guys, whatever you choose to do. Well, take care, and I'll see you next time.